The following commentary is based on facts presented in the publicly released body cam footage involving BPD, a Blackstone town manager, and an innocent, misidentified citizen.
They call the guy, right? What's your real name?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, and you come down here to talk about like this, right? No.
This other guy wants to see. No, but he wants. Don't let him go away. He wants to see him too about his life.
Oh, okay.
No, I live by myself. Come here to take care of, talk to.
Was this the guy that was yelling at you?
No.
So was the other guy.
Apologize to you.
Hey, yeah, it's me, Uncle Ricky. Look, I just watched a video that was posted in a group on Facebook. It's called What's Happening in Blackstone. And basically, it's a continuation of, let's be honest, the bullshit that the town administration in Blackstone seems to be wrapped up in on a daily basis. In this particular one, the town manager, who has a defined role, and his role does not include law enforcement or acting as a sworn police officer or being armed while on his job, incorrectly identified an individual who happens to be a black person, and that may indicate some type of profiling, because it seems that an individual entered the municipal office to complain about the utility bill, electric bill, water bill, whatever, and there were several black males in the office at the same time, but the individual that caused the disturbance in an argument between himself and whoever the clerk, receptionist, white female, that was on duty at the time, was not the one that the town manager detained. It is illegal for any individual to detain another individual. Sworn police officers with police powers are the ones that do that. Even if you make a citizen's arrest, which he never declared it as a citizen's arrest, he detained this individual outside of his authority, because that's not part of his job as town manager. That's one thing. There was another detainment at the end of this, and that's probably on the part of how the administration in the town of Blackstone thinks, and perhaps maybe a police officer, a actual sworn police officer, not realizing what the limitations of his job really are. Now, let's get back to the main thing. The town manager, who was armed, which is probably a violation of town code regulations. It's a municipal office, and he's not a sworn law enforcement officer. He's a town administrator. He has an administrative position, and nothing about his job description requires him to be armed while serving in his paid capacity. If it required, armed intervention, that's what police officers are for. And there was a police officer on duty, and the only reason we have this video is because of the police officer's body cam. And I will give the town credit for that. It's amazing that, the footage wasn't lost, or that, all of a sudden that it was found that the body cam happened to fail or become, malfunction at a inopportune time. The individual was around. It was a case of mistaken identity, but this is maybe probably due to profiling, and because the other employee, white female, described the person as a black male with glasses when she was questioned by the town manager about who it was. He goes out. He didn't see the altercation. This is all secondhand to him. there is a sworn law enforcement officer on the scene because we have the video, but yet the town manager takes over as law enforcement and later chief inquisitor. He goes out and grabs the first black man that he sees, pulls him into his office, accusing him of an incident, a situation that he had nothing to do with. He just happened to be there trying to take care of his business. It sends a really bad message. It also shows by the way that this town manager communicates with his staff, which optically appears to be all white females, adult white females. He refers to them as girls. This is 2023. It's unprofessional, it's unethical, and it shows misogyny, just like his profiling of the first black man that he sees perhaps may tend to indicate a little bigotry. The next thing that gets to me is the way that he handled the person. He was very condescending. He talked down to the individual like he was a fifth grader in the principal's office. Oh, you're going to apologize. If you want my help, you're going to apologize. Well, first of all, you are a town employee. That person is a citizen of the town that you are an employee of. He doesn't have to request your help. It is your job to give him your help. Now, this is a continuation of a lot of things that are going on in Blackstone right now, but particular to this individual town manager, he has already been sanctioned, ordered to, mandated to go to anger management counseling because of an incident that he had with another resident of the town of Blackstone, a female. She accused him of just basically being insulting to her and saying stuff that was really unnecessary, out of pocket, and probably perhaps, even misogynistic. And again, maybe the race matter comes into play because, But moving right along, the other thing that really upsets me, you got a town manager, he's already playing cop. Now he's playing judge. The thing that worries me is he's wearing a gun in performance of his duties as town manager, and it's not required. I understand Second Right Amendments and all of that. I'm a gun owner. But there are places where it's obviously, regulation law that you don't wear your arms. You just don't. I mean, it gives people a bad impression of your town. You walk into a town office to pay your electric bill, or perhaps you're trying to, check out the town. Maybe you want to move there. You want to see, how the utilities are set up, what kind of billing you can expect. So you walk in to get first-hand information. You're in whatever the utilities department. You're paying your water. That's where people go to pay their water and sewer. And you see this person walking around with a gun and no badge. You got to think that, wow, things must be bad in Blackstone. The damn town employees got to be armed. It's a bad look. And also, it's probably illegal because I'm pretty sure the town of Blackstone has regulations about wearing, without, not being law enforcement and wearing and displaying arms on municipal property. To have a CCW, that's one thing, but that means you carry the weapon concealed, not out in the open to indicate that, you're ready for anything that you deem to be life-threatening. That's how people get killed. So perhaps he wants to be cop, judge, and executioner under the right conditions. Bad look, Blackstone. Bad look all around. Unprofessional. I understand that the man is a quite competent town manager, But doing your job at that level requires a whole lot of things, and perhaps concern and consideration for the people, not just the physical assets that you manage, should be part of your job. The second part, I told you there was 2 cases of illegal detainment. If you'll notice, the lady talks to the police officer on camera again after they have embarrassed this man, or after the town manager has embarrassed this man, accusing him of something that he didn't do, holding him basically hostage without cause, talking to his friend, his companion, like he was a 5th grader also. Now they want the cop to detain the man because they want to talk to him about his electric bill. You've embarrassed him. Perhaps you've bullied him. Perhaps you've caused him over concern because now you, a town official operating out of his job capacity, has interrogated him while being armed over an incident. I'm not going to say a crime because I don't think it was a crime, even with the person that actually was guilty of having an argument with the town employee. You talk to him armed, you talk to him in a condescending manner, you refuse to even acknowledge him as a equal, an adult to an adult. You talk to him like a 5th grader while carrying a gun. That's being a bully to me. But the question is, should you have the gun? And then the next question is, since you've been judge, cop, judge, high school principal, does your gun make you feel like, under the right conditions or what you think are the right conditions, that you could possibly be an executioner and get away with it too? Stranger things have happened in places just like Blackstone. Last thing is, this is the second type offense with this town manager overstepping his bounds. And this job does have bounds. How many strikes is it going to take, and how hard of a strike is it going to require for the town, the mayor, the council, to actually do something to rein this person in? Because it's obviously these closed-door town council meetings have done not a damn thing. Obsessive compulsive behavior, arrogance, they only grow when you continue to ignore it, or perhaps support it by just doing surface shit type stuff to make the public think that you got the situation under hand. Blackstone, this town manager is going to eventually cost you money. And he probably has already cost you money, because that man's rights were definitely violated. You know, I'm not saying what the man should do or could do, but I know if I was in that situation, I'd be telling you to pull out well, I wouldn't be telling you, my lawyer would be telling you to pull out the checkbook. Well, that's it. Oh, by the way, to be fair, anytime, the town wants to say something in its defense, or the town manager wants to say something in its defense, or the individual that was wrong wants to say something about the situation, feel free to contact me at Uncle Ricky's house. I'll always give everybody an opportunity to voice their opinion, because I'm not going to stop voicing mine. Peace out and God bless as always from Uncle Ricky at Uncle Ricky's house.